Hello, everybody. Have you ever wondered when we will ever see AI products in our tech? Well, on our podcast show this week, we will check some new products from Microsoft and Amazon, which were recently announced, and we will see whether we'll have AI tech in them or not. So joining me each and every week is Stephen Fung, our co-host. So let me ask Stephen, are you planning to buy anything this fall?
Not if I can help it. No, not really. At least nothing unplanned. Although I do need a new dishwasher, and maybe that could be AI powered. Maybe
AI powered.
Yeah, AI powered, which is something that I guess only companies other than Apple have.
Yeah,
because Apple doesn't mention it.
We've seen a lot of AI powered stuff from Amazon and Google, so we'll touch on those as well. But yeah, definitely. I mean, Alexa is kind of partly AI, I guess. You know, no. Maybe.
Anyway,
we
don't know, but maybe.
Well, Microsoft just released something called Copilot. So Windows Copilot is basically a AI-driven tool that works throughout Microsoft's own ecosystem and entire suite of applications. So no matter whether the device is based on OS, different types of devices and stuff like that, they will be there to help you, actually, Copilot. And it works by handshaking between the technologies and different platforms. And it's available on Windows 11, Bing Chat, Microsoft Edge, and Office 365. And it's ready to use right now. But Copilot, more importantly, organizes your files. And summarizes all your documents, remove any background, stuff like that on your photos using the snipping tool. It does it all with AI, which I think we've seen with Apple's kind of AI, photo management of that kind of stuff.
Pink gets an upgrade as well too.
Yeah, Pink gets an upgrade, and now you don't have a search bar, or you can actually use the search bar, but it works by asking Bing. So it's like it's like doing the search bar on your Windows. So you can ask Bing stuff, which is kind of something you can add, I guess. But Windows 11 also gets some updates with AI tools, photo apps, and better search on the OneDrive storage.
Yeah, Paint gets layers finally, so it's more like more like Photoshop was in 1.0. So it's growing up.
It's growing up, yeah. And then Outlook, you can coordinate emails across different kind of accounts, including Gmail, iCloud, Yahoo, and stuff like that. So, what's your thoughts on this Copilot? Do you think you'll be using it on your Windows?
I will, because I have Windows, obviously. I will do my best to utilize it if it's useful, but that remains to be seen. It seems that Microsoft is being very careful on what kind of hooks they put on the system, because yes, it can organize your windows and organize your files, but it seems to be a little bit more reserved than that. Also, Office 365, those tools will probably be a lot more useful to people because they can help you with formulas and whatnot. But you actually have to pay for Office 365. It's not free.
No, it's not free.
Right? It's not free. So that's a paid service. So I expect that the emphasis will be on the usefulness of creating slides for presenting a certain pie chart, and they will give you templates. It will be much like how we use Bing right now with the AI built into that, where we want them to rewrite a YouTube description to be more engaging, and it spits out something like that. So
they've invested a lot of money in AI, right? Yeah. So ChatGPT and other things like that, integrate that into their Microsoft ecosystem. And I think it actually does improve certain ways of actually working better.
Yeah.
If you're doing like office presentations, stuff like that, and you're out of ideas, or if you're a student and you got some sort of project or some coursework you need to hand in, and you're out of ideas, you can ask Bing, I guess.
I've always said this about AI, and maybe it hasn't been documented anywhere, but I've always felt this way about AI. Maybe this is not a thought that's my own, but I've always thought that with AI taking us 80% of the way, we could take the next 20% with maximum effort, rather than spending 100% of the effort trying to get to 80%. So the refinement and the quality of the work will be much, much, much higher than in the past. And this, in a sense, even for academic work, would be better, because now teachers don't have to look through stuff that looked like it was slapped together last night. Right. I mean, it could have been slapped together last night, but at least you're taking 4 hours you have left before you go to bed to make the last 20% so much better, because 80% of the work is done. And then you're just going to get more work. Having said that, though, because work is going to be easier in that respect, I think it's time for work to get harder in school.
Yeah, that's something I want to talk about. I mean, with all these AI tools, I think it would be good as a tool for people with learning difficulties or something that's not excelling in certain subjects. It's a tool which you can use to help that kind of thing as well, right?
Yeah, it also for a lot of people aren't great artists. They want a certain illustration. They can articulate what they want, but they can't make it. So instead of sitting over the shoulder of a graphic artist and like micromanaging them, now they can micromanage an AI and using DALL-E 3, which is actually built into the new Copilot, I believe, you can actually ask it to create a picture of a tree that looks like Christmas, but it's really in the fall, but it has every single pine cone is like green or something like that.
Yeah, AI art is big now. I mean, I've seen a lot of AI art with Elon in it.
Yeah.
And Mark Zuckerberg and things like that.
And they've done a really good job of saying that if this piece of work is actually created by AI, it actually says so in the watermark or in the meta of all of the generated artwork. So at least you know where it came from. I don't know if they worked on attribution for the sources of the information. I think that's probably something that they're still working on. But there's a lot of art and artists that have a certain style.
Yeah.
That people want, hey, make this piece of art look like this, and this, and it's in the style of Banksy.
It'll come up. It'll come up with it,
right?
Yeah.
So it needs to give attribution to the credit the artist in some way, and also give payment if that's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, Copilot I think is good. I think it's more of an upgrade. You would see it's
a major upgrade over what Bing Chat was or Bing
Bing Chat
what they were doing, because I use Bing's conversational chat box all the time just to kind of throw ideas at it and everything like that. Sometimes they just don't work, but at least you know that you're not going to go down that road. So it eliminates all the things that you didn't want to do in the first place. And I think that taking it into Microsoft, I think it's going to help a lot with Excel.
Oh yeah,
potentially because it in another one. Where's that? What's the repository? GitHub GPT. GitHub GPT. Is amazing for coders because it pulls code and everything that you need to put something together. Yeah. So in that vein, I think that Excel users are going to be like supercharged.
Oh yeah, I think so.
So that's going to help.
That's great. Talking about AI, next up is we have the Surface Laptop Go 3.
Oh, there's hardware in this Microsoft Advanced?
That's it. That's it.
Amazing.
This one, Laptop Go 3 is an all-in-one. They call it an all-in-one, but it's basically two-in-one. It's a laptop / tablet put in together. It's powered by an Intel Core i5 1235U processor.
Okay.
Integrated Iris Xe graphics. 16 gigabytes of RAM built in. Non-upgradable, but you have to get the bigger version if you want, that kind of thing. 250 gig storage, 512 gig optional for enterprise, and with that, the drives are apparently removable. I don't know what that means.
So I can tell you what this means. It says enterprise removable.
Right.
What that means is that Microsoft have these these proprietary modules. They're built on a similar architecture to what's in your Xbox One X or Series X. And it's the same type of form factor where it's an SSD, where it's an NVMe, but it's super duper small in a different packaging. And these are built into the laptops, but you can pull them out and smash them with a hammer.
Oh,
you can destroy them.
All right, so it's proprietary. You can't really just get an NVMe somewhere else.
It's encrypted. It's to that for that system. Right. And then when you are done with the laptop, you smash that, and then you put another SSD in if it's necessary.
The strange thing about this one has no SD card slot, which is I find that surprising, especially
in this day and age. Absolutely,
And then it has two USB ports, USB A and USB C, which is okay. I guess you could upgrade by actually adding storage on that.
It's not Thunderbolt, is it?
It's not Thunderbolt.
Okay.
USB 3.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no external graphics capability.
No.
Okay.
Then 12.4 inch touchscreen, so pixel sense touchscreen, so that's okay. Built-in 720 camera, webcam, and Wi-Fi 6 support. 15 hours of battery life, which is okay.
So not all day battery life?
I didn't say all day, but 16 or 15 hours. So that's kind of a day.
At least that's being honest.
It says 15 hours. So
Okay.
15 like all day kind of work, I guess.
All work day, right?
Yeah. 2.5 pounds or so. It's not pretty lightweight. That's about kilo, 1.1,
not
1.2
light.
kilos.
But it's not heavy.
And this is something that they've actually gone into the Apple thing where it says 88% faster than the original Surface Laptop Go.
So does that mean it's like all day battery life? Like what does that mean?
88% faster. Maybe it's got
Then what?
than the previous gen.
Doing what?
It's
So many questions.
It's if they're copying the Apple thing.
Okay.
Price starts at $799 US and $1,075 if you convert that into
That's a lot more than last
Canadian
time. Laptop
currency.
Go was $200 less. Laptop Go 2
Yeah.
was $200 less.
big faster processor, I guess.
Inflation.
Possibly. But yeah, tell us if you were going to upgrade, because I mean, 256 gig isn't really enough for a SSD in the system.
What can you do with it? It doesn't have a micro SD slot. It doesn't have a real NVMe
It
inside.
doesn't really.
There's
no.
just
It's
no
just
space
proprietary,
inside.
right?
So I guess the only way that you can upgrade this, because it has a USB 3.1 Gen 2,
Gen 2, yeah.
not Gen 2 by 2.
Not 2x2.
Okay. In this case, your only upgrade path is to increase the storage. And one way that you can do it is with the Kingston XS1000, which is this guy right here. It is barely bigger than Rex.
Yeah.
And this drive is actually a full-size NVMe SSD inside in a different packaging. So you'll be able to get USB 3.2 Gen 2 speeds, 1,000 megabytes per second
That's right, yeah.
from this read and write.
That's okay.
So this is a good upgrade for something like this. Its size, though, makes it easy for you to put a piece of Velcro on it and put a Velcro on it, and you just have it
Stick it in the back, attached.
stuck to it, right? A lot of video editors actually do that because they live with the drive externally anyways, and because the Velcro makes it so that the USB cord doesn't get pulled by accident, it's actually not a bad way to do that.
That's a good idea.
So if this Surface Go 3, you used it for pulling down Netflix or other video for offline viewing, you could actually store everything onto here, and that would be fine. And if it's Velcro, if it's strong enough Velcro, you could probably just leave it attached and just throw it into your bag.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's decent enough.
that's a good idea. So if you weren't considering something like that,
Yeah.
this, or if you need something that's waterproof, water resistant, or dustproof, XS2000. A little bit future proof because it's USB 3.2 Gen 2x2.
But if you plug that in, you only get
Gen 1.
Gen 1
Oh,
speeds.
sure. Gen 2, not Gen 2x2. So 2,000 megabits per second on the right port, but guarantee 1,000 with the Surface Go 3. So
All right.
a couple options here, very small.
Yep. So that's that storage options. But next one is we have a Surface Laptop Studio 2. Now, this is a bigger kind of laptop. I would say it's a studio laptop. What do you mean studio laptop? Content creation, video editing, that kind of stuff,
It
right?
turns into a tablet, basically.
This one actually doesn't. This is a laptop, full-on laptop.
Wait, hold on. The Surface Laptop Studio 2 has the plinth. The plinth pulls forward and pushes down, and then it turns into a laptop.
I don't think so. This is just a laptop.
Really?
Yep. This is a laptop. And this one has
talking.
an Intel Core i7 13800H processor with a GeForce RTX 4050 or a 4060. It has an NPU. Yes, NPU, something similar to the Apple for AI workloads. 2 times more powerful than the Apple M2 Max chip, apparently. So whatever that means. 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, 512 gig storage, basic. Options up to 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, removable. Again, probably that proprietary, SSD.
Yeah.
2 USB-C ports now and 1 USB-A.
USB 3.1 Gen
2x2.
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 3.2 Gen 2x2. Okay.
That's right. That's the faster one, right? Has a 14.4 inch screen with 3.2 aspect ratio. So it's not the widescreen 16:9, 3.32. Which is odd, but it has HDR and stuff like that. 120 hertz refresh rate screen. It has a magnetic pen and a micro SD card slot. Wi-Fi 6E, so better Wi-Fi standards, I guess. All day battery life.
What? I hate that. No.
Prices start at $1,999 for US dollar and 2,700 Canadian.
I can guarantee you that if I'm rendering a video, I'm going to have half a day of battery life or less.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I hate when they do
It's
that.
very similar spec to your Aero Gigabyte one, which you use for rendering, right?
Somewhat. It has a 13th gen. I have a 12th gen. It has the
Okay.
same RTX 4060. Keep in mind that isn't the 14th gen coming around the corner?
It is coming
Yeah.
around. We can't say much about it. I think it's still in the NDA until October,
Okay.
which is, I guess, this
So this
month,
is par for course for Microsoft because they usually use one generation back of hardware
for laptops, yeah.
to make it. They use it to refine the operating system experience. This one does fold into a tablet because I have played with the
right.
Studio One. The Studio One's been around forever. It used like the 9th gen.
Oh, you mean it folds it completely around?
It folds flat. The
Okay.
screen flips down.
Oh,
It
interesting.
weighs like a ton of bricks. It is so heavy.
Looking at the photos, it just did this.
Yeah. No, the key is that their folding hinge is called the plinth.
The
The
plinth.
plinth has multiple configurations. So you can fold it up and tilt it on top of the keyboard. So while you write with the pen and artist stuff, then you can fold it backwards and fold it down and then pick it up. And then you can actually write it this way. So it kind of
interesting.
turns into like a semi laptop with a weird, it's weird.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everyone. No.
Okay.
It kind of,
See,
no.
I'm an old school guy. It's either a tablet or a laptop.
Yeah, it's very, I would say it's very heavy, but it's built very well.
Okay. It's the Microsoft thing, right?
If you're pushing on it on your table, it's not going to go anywhere. And if you have one of those Surface controllers with a knob, it would actually be really nice with this because then you can spin the knob for
So
anything.
this would be marketed against a Apple Studio, the small mini one, right?
No, it would kind of like this. It would be a MacBook Pro with a Wacom tablet beside it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
Because a MacBook does nothing that this does.
yeah, because Apple don't do a 2-in-1 kind of for like
They don't even have a
foldable-
touchscreen. This is touchscreen. So you can actually, paint, do things
Oh,
like
so
that.
none of the MacBooks has touchscreen on them?
Nope.
Oh,
That's
I didn't know that. I thought they had something
This guy.
similar.
no, that's an iPad thing. That's an iPad.
Okay,
thing.
okay.
Okay.
So yeah, 2,700 Canadian. Would you
It's
get
a
one?
lot of money. It's a lot of money because my Aero 16, which is a creator laptop, doesn't have a touchscreen. Only cost me, what did I pay? $1,900 taxes included. It has
That's 1,900 Canadian.
Yeah, 1 by 2 terabyte SSDs inside, 7,000 megabytes per second for 2 SSDs. It has a 4060 RTX inside of it. It has a 12th gen, but just as powerful CPU because the difference in 12th gen and 13th gen was like 15 to 20%, depending on what you do. Right. And it also has a much larger, it has more RAM. It's 32 gigabytes of RAM that's upgradable.
Yeah.
This thing's stuck at 16
16.
gigabyte DDR5, not upgradable, right?
No, you have to buy extra options if you want.
So you actually have to buy it.
because the price starts at.
Yeah. So this is a soldered configuration.
You can't upgrade your RAM
Yeah.
yourself.
This is it. This is, you buy it the way it is. This is it. So I like my laptop better. It probably weighs just as much.
Again,
though.
the only thing you could upgrade on this is the USB-C external storage, right?
Well, there's the micro SD slot, but you don't really use it as upgrade storage. You use it to read the memory card off your drone
Drone or camera.
or your Rodecaster Pro, right? Or your audio reader in the field, your field recorder. So I guess the only upgrade for this would be instead of the X1000, which is locked at USB 3.2 Gen 2, which is 1,000 megabytes per second, you can upgrade completely to the XS2000, which is USB 3.2 Gen 2 by 2, which is 2,000 megabytes per second, which gives you more than enough bandwidth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To edit 6K, 8K video right on it.
Actually, I never actually played with an 8K video. Have you actually played an 8K video?
Not on my desktop.
How big are they?
They're really
normally?
big. It's like 4 times the size.
Like 40 gigs for one file? Possibly.
A 6K file is like, I can fill up a 64 gigabyte card on my Blackmagic camera, 6K raw. It would only be 24 minutes of footage. On a 64 gigabyte card.
64 gig.
Yeah.
24 minutes.
Yeah.
That's 6K. So
Okay.
8K would be probably even more.
Magnitude bigger. Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot. Not everyone can be MBK PhD. So,
Okay. Well, this kind of Surface Studio, Laptop Studio 2, kind of weird. Not something that everybody would buy. But this one for business users is Surface Go 4 for business. This features Intel's new N200 processor, right, which is delivers 80% performance.
Wait,
boost.
is this a Celeron?
I don't know.
Looks like a Celeron.
Integrated UDH graphics, which is Intel's thing. 10.5 inch pixel sense screen. The screen with aspect ratio of 3.2 or 3.2. Resolution 1920 by 1280. So it's very similar to the old monitor sizes we used to have, right? 1080p camera, front and rear. 300 nits brightness. 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM.
300 nits?
300 nits.
I guess if you're using it in a office building, that's okay.
Yeah.
But go on.
UFS storage, 64 gig, 128 or 256. What's USF storage?
That's slow.
What's UFS?
That's like Chromebook storage.
Is that like an SD card kind of?
No. It's not
It's slow. Is it
slow?
Okay. One USB-C port. Okay, so I'm guessing it's probably USB 3.2 Gen 1 or Gen 2.
Yeah.
SD card slot works with Microsoft Surface Pen with the magnetic kind of support.
Okay.
Can turn into a laptop with a optional keyboard, right? So you can whack in a keyboard.
So it's a tablet, but you have to add another
keyboard
$150 for this thing?
Probably.
Oh.
Wi-Fi 6, of course, weighs 1.1 pounds, so it's really super lightweight. Battery lasts 12.5 hours.
So not all day?
12.5
Whose day
hours?
is this? 12.5 hours. It's probably a business day. Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Prices starts $579 US and Canadians probably around $780, $790.
Is that reasonable though? Seems expensive.
For a business kind of tablet thing, it's okay. But I don't know about the processor though, N200.
That's scary. Yeah, I don't know anything about this processor. It seems like it's like a Celeron or some other.
It's the new RISC processor, which
Oh, really?
with the technologies.
Okay, so for $780, I would rather have a 12.4 inch Samsung Galaxy Tab 7S FE. I would have a keyboard for that price, and I would have $200
It comes
in my
with the
pocket.
keyboard. With the
No, you buy it separately.
Okay.
Yeah, the keyboard's cheap. It's like $150,
Yeah.
but it's good.
But it's a business thing. So there's nothing there would really want to buy unless, I guess, like you said, it's probably good for business in terms of like having, what they tend to find these is like they mass kind of like deploy them for
I
big
guess if they're
companies.
doing like checklists and stuff like that or inspection reports, maybe there's more control to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's such a weak device, you don't really want to steal it either.
It's not something that you would say, oh, I'm going to get myself a,
I won't buy this for myself,
business.
but if work gives me one, okay, all right. So what's the other Seattle company doing then? They actually had they had an announcement exactly the same week.
Yeah. So Amazon, basically.
Yeah.
So Amazon got a new refresh in the Echo Show 8. Not much to say about that, apart from it's got improved video calling quality and sound, built-in spatial sound, and
Okay.
has room adaptation to be kind of like, adjust to the environment. Alexa response time is also 40% faster.
Actually, you know what? That's an improvement because right now I've noticed that my Alexa is really slow. Right? On the older hardware, it's very slow. I don't know how much of it is processed on device, but I find it's extremely slow right now. So 40% is actually a big deal. That might be worth it alone if you call Alexa a lot.
Yeah.
I also noticed that the improved video calling and sound, if that's true, a lot of people do call each other with their Alexas.
They do.
And I also noticed that with the spatial audio and everything and room adaptation, that a lot of people do use their Alexas to listen to music when they're cooking. Or
I think so.
So I think that those are all things that are viable. And I know that Amazon does listen to their customers. So these are things that they've probably taken a lot of, because I've answered a few of these surveys from them directly. And they're like, hey, what's important to you? Do you listen to music while you're cooking? Blah, 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 all these other things. And I think they've taken that to heart and they've taken that survey information and built the Echo Show 8 that we deserve. Because the 5 was okay, it was cheap. But I think the 8 is more valuable.
8 is a good one, yeah. I think I got an 8. So, but this one, here goes, has the conversation is much more kind of natural. So you actually can make conversation with it.
Yeah, I think this is a big thing with Amazon is that they want you to extend your sessions so that Alexa can walk it. Alexa can insert the sales pitch.
Yeah, it's having, because when you talk to an Amazon thing, Google thing, the Alexa, you have to say, "Hey Alexa," and then you start the conversation or ask the questions. But you ask one question, that's it.
Yeah.
But they want to like make it converse. Well,
yeah, and they need to sell you. Alexa needs to sell you detergent. It's like, I noticed that you're having dinner tonight. Do you have enough detergent for your dishwasher? Oh, I'll add that to your grocery list.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's smart and everything like that. I the only thing I have a problem with right now with Amazon is that what are we going to do with all the old devices? Like, can I? Like I want to get rid of all my Echo 5s, but I don't want to because number one, privacy.
Yeah.
Number two, where is it going to go? Is it going to go into a dumpster? And number three, do I send it back to Amazon? Is it easy for me to send it? Can I do a trade-in? Right?
Yeah, I wish they did something like that, like a trade-in, so I can trade in my old device and get a new one, or have money off and stuff like that. But there's nothing mentioned about that.
But it's $200 though, so that means that on Amazon Prime Day, it's going to be $100.
Yeah, so wait for the Amazon Prime Day. You probably get it cheaper. So $200 is that average price kind of thing.
The Echo Show 5 was like $50, $50 or $60 at some points. I would say that it's expensive. It's premium, and if you really like Alexa, go for it. If you don't care either way, it's not a big deal. I wouldn't upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you use it a lot and you need something centralized in the home that has a bigger screen, then I would. But we're going to talk about another device that might work better than that. But go on.
Yeah, so we got something fun for kids. It's called Echo Pop Kids, and you've got something called Echo Frames. We'll go with the Echo Pop Kids. Basically, it's the Echo speaker for kids, right? Yeah. Fun for kids to talk to and ask questions. They do audio books and that kind of stuff. Price is $50 US, 67 Canadian.
No screen. Comes in different characters.
Yeah.
Also, interesting fact, Amazon has logged over 25 million questions from kids alone.
Okay.
Kids like to ask a lot of questions.
They do.
And these devices are targeted directly at them.
Yeah, it should be fun to use for kids. All right, Echo Frames. So Echo Frames is an Alexa-powered Echo Frame / smart glasses, right? Something you could wear, maybe. You can get sunglasses, and prescribed and blue light and lens options available. Improved speech recognition or processing, and improved sound to the ear, open design, right? So it's like an open ear vibration kind of, that kind of thing, right? Better battery life, costs $270 US, 365 Canadian. It's a bit pricey.
It's not, actually.
No?
Frames cost a lot of money.
Okay.
Right?
Because you wear glasses, though.
These glasses with a progressive lens were over $700.
Wow, $700.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, this as long as Amazon gets into reputable optical shops and someone wants to try this out, I think that would be the way to go. If you can't get it through your coverage, your vision coverage, I wouldn't try it out.
So basically, what it is, you wear them, and it has vibration kind of sensors for your audio, and you can basically ask Alexa questions, or hey Alexa, update my calendar, whatever. It will listen to that, and then it will update through.
I wonder
Wi-Fi
about fit though, because certain glasses have no nose bridges, and I didn't see that in here. And with a lot of people with the Asian nose bridge, we need Asian fit. We also need wider temples. So I'm curious as to how this is fit, because there's only so many different styles. It might be a very narrow range of people.
Is this something that they were trying to attempt with like Google Glass, or not? It's not something totally different, right?
It's different because you can actually talk to somebody, right? There's no HUD.
Oh yeah, it's not
right?
HUD.
It's just like you had earbuds in, right, and you're talking to someone with earbuds. Only you can hear that. Only you're in that world. In this case, I would just buy regular glasses and a pair of Alexa buds.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
that's true.
It seems better that way. But more devices, people seem to like them enough for them to put that out. All right.
Yeah.
But expensive. Yeah. Not cheap.
We got something for your home. It's called the Echo Hub. And this one is basically an 8-inch touchscreen panel, which you can put anywhere to the fridge, and the wall, whatever. It's control all your smart devices, right? Everything from lights to security cameras and more, right? Hub supports Zigbee, Sidewalk, Thread, Bluetooth, and Matter. Because we mentioned about that right before.
Yeah,
Matter is like a kind of...
It's Matter is basically, in a nutshell, everyone's been fragmented into what ecosystem they've been in for the longest time. Google, Alexa, Apple HomeKit, and some other players in the market like Zigbee and everything. They don't talk to each other. So everyone has decided that this is going to be the standard moving forward. Matter is going to talk to everyone together. In the case where you already have HomeKit stuff in the home or Google stuff in the home, there will be translators that will be built in to translate those calls from HomeKit into Matter and then send it off into the internet to control your device.
Nice.
So this is good in a sense. It's a hub for everything. It supports Matter. But Matter is doing a really crappy job of marketing itself because I still haven't seen a lot of Matter type stuff in like buying stuff. Like I don't see it.
Yeah,
yet,
there's very few Matter approved or Matter compatible stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be in the future.
It's not well marketed, and I wish it was because Matter will make a big difference because now you can buy a HomePod and then have it talk to your Google.
Oh, interesting.
It's interoperability. That's the key here, right? So you can buy anything you want. You can buy that Sonos system that will work with your display.
Right,
you
right.
know,
So Google will work with the Amazon kits, and Amazon kits will work with Apple.
And your light switches and your Philips Hue, et cetera, right? So this is the key to having things that are not throwaway because if you get a device that's not compatible with anything in your house, you might decide to start throwing stuff away, and that's not good. It's wasteful.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. 180 US to about 245 Canadian, so that's not too bad.
I don't know if I would choose this over choosing the Echo
Show 8.
Yeah, I mean the Echo Show 8 seems more portable because remember it's a panel, so it can't sit by itself.
No, you have to put it on the wall, the fridge.
Yeah. Does it have a battery at least? Because it's going to leave wires everywhere.
Probably it needs a wire.
Okay, I don't like that. Sorry.
Yeah, it needs a wire.
Sorry. No, sorry. No, if it mounted on my fridge with Velcro or something like that and it stayed there and it was rechargeable or had a battery or something, I would be into that. But if it's not, it kind of makes it useless for me because now I have to find another port somewhere to plug it in. And I'm not going to do that. This is kind of silly.
Well, moving on to entertainment, we have some new Fire Stick 4K and 4K Max, as well as the Soundbar. Okay, so let's move on to the Fire Stick 4K. So improved processor, 2 gigahertz speed, quad core with 30% more power. Supports Wi-Fi 6, Dolby Vision, HDR10, stuff like that. Price $50 US, 67 Canadian. That's not bad.
I'm going to cut the crap here. There's a $13 difference between these two. The next one up, that's the 4K Max.
Yep.
Why would you want the stick 4K for $13 different?
You must well get the 4K
why?
Max.
Why?
Okay, the 4K Max, the only difference is it has a Dolby Atmos sound. So better sound, right?
Now keep in mind, it doesn't have speakers. So this is a feature that you may or may not even use. So,
and this is where the soundbar comes in. So before we move on to that, it has Fire TV ambient experience. That's the 4K Max.
Yeah.
It detects people and displays wall art when they see you.
Yeah. If you have a dumb TV, if you already have a Fire TV, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. So, but the difference in price is like $13.
Yeah.
Why don't you just buy the 4K Max and just get it over with?
Yeah, get the 4K Max.
You know, it's kind of silly. I don't know why.
And then you have the soundbar. So soundbar, 2-channel sound, 24 inches long. Yeah. Supports Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Supports DTX Virtual X and Dolby Audio. Works seamlessly with the Fire TV and Fire TV branded TVs. Costs $120 US and $162 Canadian, roughly around there. Soundbar. I'm quite interested. Actually.
This is good. This is actually a good thing because not everyone has the space for a home theater system in their house. So I think that if you buy a Fire TV, and they're cheap as hell. They really are cheap Fire. Hell, get it? really cheap. So adding this extra soundbar there will give you the best possible experience, because if you've ever listened to the speakers on the actual Fire TV itself, it is garbage.
Yeah,
it's actually trash.
The audio is no good.
It's so mumbly, it's not even funny. So by having the soundbar, it's going to be better quality audio because it's pointing directly at you. It's also got DTS Virtual X and Dolby Audio. It's going to be more clear. It's going to have better dialogue.
Definitely.
For $120, I think that, $162 Canadian. And, with sales on Black Friday and also Amazon Prime, you could probably get this for half the price. So if it fell to $100, snap it up.
Actually, I will get one.
Snap it up. Snap it up for that price. Overall, a few things from Amazon. It's just $200 for the Amazon Echo Show 8. I mean, of all the things, I might actually be interested in that, or the soundbar. I have no interest in any of the Fire Sticks because I already have a TV.
You have a Fire TV.
Right? And, like the Echo Hub, just make it rechargeable. Just put a battery in it.
They probably have.
It makes no sense the way it is with a dangly cord. You don't want to put it, like if it fit on your refrigerator.
Yeah.
Right? And it was rechargeable, it would be useful to your entire life.
I think it's rechargeable. But the thing is, how long? It doesn't say anything about battery life, right?
It doesn't say anything about battery, which means that it's probably the same as the original Echo Hub.
Yeah.
Which is not a battery device. It was 15 inches, that thing. Remember the big one?
Oh, this is an 8-inch. This is a smaller version of it. Yeah.
Right? So I still have no place for this in my home. Okay. I really don't. Like, why would I use this instead of the TV? The TV does the same thing. My Fire TV can do that.
So with all these things, the only thing that's really kind of connecting all this together is the Alexa kind of ecosystem, right?
I think Alexa's improvements would be the only thing that would make anyone happy because it's been slow recently.
Yeah. So I'm not sure Amazon didn't announce this or anything like that, but I think there's been rumors that Amazon have actually integrated better AI in this whole Alexa ecosystem.
I sure hope so.
So, and this is probably where you find AI in your tech, whether it's Amazon devices or Google and things like that. I think that's happening all over, right?
Yeah, I think the more conversational tone of being able to interact with AI in a human way is going to make it more acceptable. But it's also super creepy because now Amazon is also a retailer. They're going to try to sell you stuff. It's like, oh, you're making that chicken dish that we logged on here. I've already got your delivery on the way, but it looks like you're out of the mushrooms. Would you like me to add that to your order so you can pick it up at Whole Foods? You can see this is coming, right?
Yeah. It's already asking me questions. Hey, I noticed, this is. Would you like to add or would you like to buy? Hey, you've got delivery. Would you like to see? I thought, oh my God.
And Amazon Amazon, as of this announcement, celebrated their 2 billionth device sold.
The device?
Yeah, 2 billionth device. So people make over 2 million queries every hour.
Wow.
Right? So no wonder it's dragging down. So for more devices, there's going to be more queries. And I can see that and maybe this is explaining some of the slowdowns we've been experiencing recently, because if people are having longer conversations with Alexa's cycles are going to be devoted to certain families for much longer. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
I noticed when I say, hey, Alexa, turn on the lights, it
has to think now.
It has to think, and then sometimes it doesn't turn on the lights. I have to say a second time, then it'll turn on lights.
Alexa is being very bad these days. Anyway.
All right. Well, not everyone likes Microsoft and Amazon products, but through my personal experience, I know it makes some pretty decent products okay. I like them anyway. And when you get yourself a new laptop, for example, and require that extra storage, especially from Microsoft, then you have to get some storage solutions available from our sponsors, Kingston. So like storage options, like you explained, this one here.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this already.
Yeah.
Because we want to make this authentic. So we're not going to plug them anymore in this respect, but we've given you a solution just in case you need to add storage. These are a great way to do it. I've had all sorts of different NVMe SSD drives, and these are probably one of the smaller ones for the performance. So if you don't want something big to haul around, like I've got a LaCie drive at home. It's like it's the size of an iPhone, and you don't want to carry that around. This is like 1/4 the size of an iPhone.
That's nice. That's nice.
So this part's not a plug because I actually do now carry these around because I can carry.
I like the fact that you said the solution about the Velcro. That's something I might want to do.
Yeah, a Velcro is actually very, very common trick in the film industry, production industry, because you would used to see the C drives are really heavy, so they would obviously, when you tip them off the table, it would actually rip the cord out of your laptop.
yeah.
So by having the Velcro on top, it would actually allow you a place to secure it. But now that because these are so small, the Velcro is even more even better, because now you can have 2 drives attached to your laptop with 2 cords going in, and you can even fold it and just put it in your laptop bag if you want to, securing the cables on the other side, of course, right? But it just makes it a little bit more convenient. And like I know that Kingston's helping us out with the season. Thank you very much, Kingston. But sometimes products, when they gave us a whole whackload of these products, we couldn't help but be excited because we actually found new ways to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the Amazon and Microsoft announcements, anything that really excited you? Any final comments on those items?
I'm gonna have to find one of these new devices and see if Amazon really is faster. Because if it's 40% faster, it may or may like you said, Amazon's been getting lazy lately, and I want to see what this conversational thing is. Is it only something that works in new Amazon devices, or can it work with older ones?
I'm hoping it can update my existing one. Well, I've only bought that a year ago.
Yeah, see, that's disappointing, right? So if I have to upgrade devices, and this comes back to what I said there, I would be willing to upgrade devices if someone would take the other device away and make sure it's taken care of, recycled correctly. I don't want to just upgrade for the sake of upgrading, right? So if this is a hardware upgrade to support this new feature, it's a tough sell for me.
It is, it is. So I'm just hoping that they can do a software update on mine. Maybe not like 100% improvement over the speed of Alexa, conversation, stuff like that. Maybe even if we get like 50, even 80% of the stuff that was announced, then that'll be good.
And I am looking forward to trying out Copilot a lot more. I want to see what it can do with Windows 11, because sometimes I just want the windows arranged so I can see things, but I want to tell it to do that sometimes.
Well, talking about that, because the search recently, when I typed in search, now it's a bit messy. I couldn't find the stuff that I need.
Oh, well, that's not good.
That's my Windows 11 search. Because normally when I type in, because you have your desktop with all these icons, right? And you type in a search so that, for example, the app, right? Like Photoshop or Premiere, whatever, it doesn't come up with the correct.
That's right. It's not looking for it. It's not finding it anymore. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
And then with that, hopefully the Bing better work because I need it.
Wow. Yeah, that's so true. It's broken. It's even worse than Windows 10 for some reason.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They must have changed something.
I don't know. Okay, well, we're looking forward to playing with these toys, right?
Yeah. And I think that's about the time we have.
Yeah, that's all the time we got right now.
So, okay, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Yes, because our channel is a YouTube exclusive. And don't forget to click on that notification, because by doing so, you will get all our latest podcasts, which will be kind of released on a
Every Wednesday at 12 noon, you will get a brand new episode from Winston and I. And if you don't have the notifications connected, you won't see that notification and be able to interact with that show. And we really want to present the shows that you want. So if you see something that you like, see something you don't like, please leave a comment below and let us know what we're doing right or wrong. And also shout out to our friends at Starbucks. I know I'm not supposed to be saying that or anything like that, but Starbucks employees, thank you so much for watching our show. I know that there's at least one at Richmond Hospital. We love you. We know you're watching our show. Thank you so much. Winston's going to have
we got a surprise for you.
Yeah, we got a surprise for you. So, stay tuned.
All right. So until then, this is Stephen and Winston in our podcast show. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.